Yeah, I'm live. How y'all doing? Hello, 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 hello. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. As I wait for some people to come in, I think anytime now. Greetings, namaste. This is when you do background music. Hello, hello, hello. I'm hoping that I'm live. I don't like to use this thing at all. Let me see. Let me know if anybody's in here. Let me know if anybody's in here. I don't know how this works really. Um, oh, it is working. Greetings. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Let me see. Okay. I am live. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Good evening. Hope everybody is good. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm streaming on StreamYard, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. Can you hear me? If not, I think I'm gonna come out and use my phone. I was trying to stream on the regular YouTube app, but it's not helping me. It's not working with the streams. Okay, so good. You can hear me. Okay. Well, welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope what's today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're good. Um I hope that life is treating you well. It's good to see you guys. I want to speak on something today. I want to speak on the truths about the heart that we don't know. Truths about the heart that we have no idea about because nobody teaches these things. So I want to talk about. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I want to talk about how the heart works that we don't understand and facts about the heart that we don't realize or we don't recognize because and this is why we fail many times. This is why our heart gets broken. This is why we get disappointed. This is why we struggle. This is why we get sad. This is why we are just drained and tired and we're giving up. Because these things, we don't know these things. So I think if we know these things, I think we will actually do better. You know what? To be honest, I think I'm probably going to stop streaming on here and go on the regular app because this is not working for me at all. Right. So let me stop streaming on here and then I'll be on the regular app. Because this YouTube thing I'm still new to this YouTube channel. I'm not good at it because it's not even showing that I'm live anymore. Or am I? I don't know how this works. I don't know. Anyways, so this is not my favorite. I'm doing StreamYard, so I'm not sure how it works. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but maybe I should continue. Maybe I should stop. Um, but anyways, so I want to talk about things that we don't realize about the heart that we should know. And if we know these things, I think we're gonna be a little different. I think we're gonna feel different, and I think we're gonna do different. So let's go. Let's start. Hey Fatima, how you doing? Good to see you. So let's talk about the heart, right? The heart is we call it the most deceitful thing ever, because many times we think our heart is broken. We think people don't love us back, and we don't love people, and we don't people don't love us, and we get angry, and we get insecure, and we get anxious, and we get annoyed, and we hurt. I think many of us, we hurt so much right now because we don't want to use our heart, so we hurt. We're hurting right now. A lot of us are hurting right now, and I think, okay, Kathy, thank you. And I think since we are hurting so much, many of us have given up on what the heart produces, which is love, or what comes from the heart, which is love and trust. And we know when we're giving up on the heart because we find it hard to love, we find it hard to trust, we find it hard to have empathy or compassion. And many of us could find compassion or empathy because we consider feeling sorry for someone empathy, but that's not really empathy. That's just you feeling sorry for someone. So many of us don't know how to use our heart. It's a tool that we have that if we understand the heart, we will actually realize how powerful it really is. The heart is powerful beyond all. And if we know how to use it, you're going to find peace. You're going to find love. You're going to actually be love. You're going to trust. You're going to believe. You're going to understand. You're going to have so much more than you have right now, instead of always hurt, always scared, always insecure, always looking for something. So I think if we understand the power of the heart, we will actually get to understand who we are. So let's go from the first truth. Here's the first truth. Number one, you cannot protect your heart by acting like you don't have one. You cannot protect your heart by acting like you don't have one. And I think many of us, this hits many of us because many of us, we are pretending not to have one. We don't want to love, we don't want to trust. And we are trying to protect our hearts by not loving. And we are doing the complete opposite. Many of us right now are trying to protect our hearts and ourselves by pretending that we don't have a heart. And you are actually doing or being counterproductive. You're actually being counterproductive. It doesn't make sense. Pretending that you don't have a heart only destroys it more. It only gives you more pain. It only gives you more suffering. It doesn't work, and I think we should stop. It's not a bad thing to have a heart. The heart is there for a reason. It's there to actually um, increase you or to increase us. See what I'm saying? No, hey, what's up, Oscar? No, I sure don't, man. I don't have a schedule because I'm a right now type of person. But yeah, so the first thing first is that you cannot protect your heart by acting like you don't have one. And then we go to number two. Number two is what strengthens the heart is love. The more you love, the more your heart gets stronger. The more you love and the more you trust, the more the heart gets stronger. And I know that sounds cliche. That sounds kind of, you know, ridiculous. It sounds kind of corny, right? But understand, the more you love is a higher frequency. The more higher frequency that you put in your heart, it is the longer it lives. It is the more powerful it gets. It's the more you exercise your heart. And many of us, instead of loving more, what we do, we become jealous, we become anxious, we are fearful, we're insecure, and we have hate, we have bitterness. And what those things do, those things destroy the heart because it's like you adding poison. So many times we realizing that the heart only becomes stronger the more you love and the more you trust. Many of us, we were quick to say, I don't trust nobody. I don't love nobody. It's hard for me to love. Loving is, I can't find nobody to love. It is so hard to find people to love. And the more we say those things, it is the more we poison ourselves. Seriously. How are we doing, golden melanin? Yeah, it's the more we poison ourselves. And many of us are being poisoned right now. And since we have drank so much poison with our own self-hate and jealousy and anger and all these other things, what happens now? It becomes the norm. So our heart is just there. It's not being used. We are waiting for somebody to come to love us. We are waiting for somebody to love us. And then we get mad when people don't love us because we think you should love me. If I don't, I mean, yes, I have problems. Yes, I need healing. Yes, I'm broken. So I can't love. So I need you to come and love me because it is your duty to love me. I'm broken, so I can't love. Listen, let me tell you this right here. What strengthens the heart is love. If your heart is broken right now, you must love. And I know it sounds crazy. Well, it's love that got my heart broken in the first place. No, love didn't break your heart. Expectations did. Love never broke your heart. Expectation did. That bitterness that you held on to did. That anger that that perception that you held on to did it. Not love. Love never broke your heart. Love actually strengthens your heart. So I wanted to understand that the heart is more functional when you have love and trust in there because the frequency is higher. It increases you. And if we understand this, as no one else exactly, it's no one else's responsibility. But if we understand what love does, we will actually love. But many of us are afraid to love. We are afraid to love because we've been hurt. Number three, if you look for a reason to love, then it's not love. If you're looking for a reason to love, that is not love that you're going to experience. You're going to experience some type of attachment, some type of temporary crap that we call love, some type of emotional connection. That is not love. See, we think love is an emotion. It's not an emotion, it's a choice. It's what you are, it's who you are. So the thing about the heart is if you are looking for a reason to use your heart, then you won't find a reason because there's no reason good enough. But yet everything is. You have to love for no reason. See, you like people because of certain reasons, but when you love, it's not for a reason. It's because of who you are. It's what you should be doing. It comes from you. So understand, man. Understand. If you have to look for a reason to love, it ain't love. I don't know what it is. Number four, it is your own love that comes back to you. We're not talking about a guy right now. Number four, it is your own love that comes back to you. Your own love. If you don't give love, it doesn't come back. I don't care. Listen, there's a law that says if you give, it shall return unto you. Give and it shall come back to you. Whatever goes out, come back. It is your own love that goes out that comes back. If your love don't go out, it doesn't come back. I know we think love is in other people. I know we believe in our heart that love comes from outside of us. It doesn't come from outside of us. It is your own love that comes back. So if you don't want to love first, then guess what? Where is it coming from? It doesn't come from anybody. It doesn't come from anywhere else. So I'm telling you guys, man, many of us, we are tricked to think that we should expect to be loved. But for me to love, you must love me first because I don't trust people. So since I don't trust people, I want to make sure you love me first so I won't get hurt. But the thing is, whose love are you waiting for? It's your love it's your breath that comes back to you. Your love comes back. Your words come back. Your thoughts come back. Everything comes back. What goes out must come back. I promise you, what goes out must come back. So the thing is, if you see what's coming back, you're going to realize it's coming from you. If you see a bunch of men who hateful men and who disrespect men and um and all these things, if you see all those things that come back, it's coming from. It's coming from you. It's coming from you because you recognize it, you send it off and it come back to you. It's your stuff that comes back. We always think, see, nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody wants to be accountable for what comes to them. What comes to you, you have to look and see what frequency that you are on. The type of frequency that you are on is what comes to you. Yeah. But the type of frequency that you have is what comes to you. Nothing comes to you when you're at a specific frequency. You attract a specific type of people and things, situations, circumstances. So the frequency that you're on is what you recognize as coming back. Nothing go. Listen, it's your own love that comes back. If your love is fearful, if it's crappy, if it's sad, if it's emotional, and if it's all this other stuff, that's what you're gonna find outside of you. That's the man who's gonna come to you. That's the woman who's gonna come to you. It's you. It's all you. There's nothing besides you out there. If you think that there's a what, the question is, um, what about people who leech off of your love? Nobody leeches off of your love. Nobody, because your love don't even. Many of us, the love that we carry don't even satisfy us. The love that we have don't even satisfy us. The love that we have don't even satisfy us. It doesn't strengthen us. It doesn't encourage us. So who can leech off of that? Seriously. I mean, think about it. Who can leech off of that? Nobody leech off your love. If you give somebody something, they're gonna take it. You give them whatever you give them because you love them, they take it. What else would they do? Nobody leads you to off your love. Listen, your love is your responsibility. It's your boundaries that you must set. Let's go on to number 5. The heart is the strongest part of you. The strongest part. The love, your heart is the strongest part of you. Believe me when I say it's not broken. It's not broken. Facts. Facts. The heart, if you want love, you have to vibrate on that frequency of love. Then you will attract love. That's exactly what it is right there. Your heart is the strongest part of you. Believe me when I say it's not broken. Your heart is not broken. The heart is the most strongest. Your heart passes through time and space. Your heart is electromagnetic. That means it's connected to everything, even the past and the future. It's connected to every living thing. Believe me when I say that your heart is not broken. Your heart is not just because somebody don't like you. Your heart is not broken. I promise you, it's not broken. Somebody don't want to love you. Your heart is not broken. Somebody don't want you anymore. Your heart is not broken. What's broken is your mind failing to accept that truth. Your mind don't want to accept that reality. So you think your heart is broken. See, many of us we think our hearts are broken. Your heart ain't broken. It's your mind is going through an awakening. Your mind is not trying to receive the truth. Your mind is fighting its new reality. When you see the truth about someone, what happens? Your mind begin to fight it. When you see the truth about what someone really is, what someone is really doing, what someone is really meaning to you, what someone being lying to you, your mind begin to fight the idea. So you think that your heart is broken. Your heart is not broken because it's the same love that you have that's keeping it alive. Now, if you never had love in the beginning, now I mean, that's the sad part. Somebody asks, what if you give it to the wrong person? There's no such thing as the wrong person. You can't love the wrong person even if you try. And let's make that number 6. You cannot love the wrong person even if you try. What is the wrong person? That's like saying God loved the wrong person. That's like saying the wrong person is breathing God's air. The bad people don't need the energy. Like God don't give bad people energy. I mean, oxygen. You can't. There's no wrong person to love. It's impossible to love the wrong person. You love who you love, and there's no right person to love. Everybody needs love, don't we? A matter of fact, is the ones who actually are the meanest, ugliest, dirtiest ones that need it the most. Isn't it true? Imagine somebody who is anxious, depressed, miserable, and all these things. Don't they need it more than the person who's not? Don't they? So why do we think that we love the wrong person? Well, we cannot love the wrong person even if we try. Love is not yours. It's not your love. It's the creator's love. He or she or it created it. You just tapped into the frequency. You share the energy. Then you share a very low energy of it. So you can't love the wrong person because what it is, you have to understand this. When you talk about loving the wrong person, understand this. Exactly. Understand this. Everybody represents the entire universe. Everybody does. Everybody is the universe. When you give your love to one person, as you think you give it to one person, you give it to the entire universe. You distribute it to the entire universe. The entire universe benefits from your love. Understand what goes out must come back. So even if that person that you think that you are giving it to consciously is not giving it back, somebody else will. Something else will. It'll have to come back. It has to come back because that person represents the universe. The universe is every single person. So even if that person don't give you back what you are giving them because they are not able, they are not in that frequency. Because somebody has to be in that frequency to give you back what you're giving them. If they are not in that frequency, they cannot give it to you. It's not gonna happen. So when you love somebody, you don't have to be with somebody that you love. Because if the person is not in that frequency of love, they cannot return to you what you are given. They have to first recognize it. To recognize love, you must have it within you. To recognize anything, it must be within you first. To recognize something, It's an internal thing. It must be in you. So if you don't recognize love, you cannot give love. This is why, people keep saying, you can't help who you love. You're right. Sometimes you can't, but you can help who you entertain. You can help who you sleep with. You can help who you live with. You can help who you want to be with. You can help who you marry. You really can. But many of us, we really believe that we can't help who we love, but you can help who you choose. Just because we love somebody doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that we have to do anything with them. It means that we have to use proper judgment, you know, and make proper decision based on compatibility, based on what makes sense. So you can't love the wrong person, but you can choose the person who doesn't compliment you, who doesn't bring out your best beauty. You see what I'm saying? Who doesn't bring out your better side. But do you notice that that wrong person makes you realize what you are lacking? Do you notice that the wrong person makes you realize what you don't have? Do you notice that the wrong person makes you realize all the filth in you, all the healing that you need? Yeah, do you notice that? The wrong person is gonna bring out and show you a reflection of you, even though you don't like the reflection, but they're gonna reveal to you your reflection. And when you see the reflection, is when you can say, "Oh, I can fix this." Yeah, golden melanin. Sometimes when you love the wrong person is when you can see your reflection and see what needs healing because they're going to bring out all these things out of you, all this anger, don't they? They're going to bring out things that you've never seen before, all this anxiety, all this depression, all this bitterness, resentment. They're going to bring out so much. And when you see somebody bring that out, it cannot be the wrong person bringing that out. It's the right person. See, the wrong person cannot bring those out. It's impossible. You needed that person to bring those out so that you can see what those things are. So that you can see that you have it within you. Seriously, you needed that person to bring those things out. It's not the wrong person, it was the right. See, sometimes the universe or God or whatever, whoever you believe in, it doesn't give you what you want, does it? It gives you what you need. And you need that. You need that acknowledgement. You need to see what's there. And when you see what's there, you can't stand it. So you say, it's the wrong person. No, 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 not necessarily. When you see what's there, when you see the hurt, the pain, the childhood trauma, the anxiety, all type of disorders, when you see it all, you can't stand it. But nobody put it in there but you. Hey, Mia, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, I appreciate you, Mia. So happy I finally joined your life. Welcome. Welcome to my life. What should you do if you don't like them? If you don't like who? If you don't like them, you got to be honest with yourself and you got to do what you got to do. If you don't like them, remember, when you don't like somebody and you stay around them, you suffer even more. You suffer daily because you resist them. And every time you resist them, they overpower you because resistance means persistence. Resistance means that the energy grows stronger. Resistance means that you have to stay fighting every single day. When you don't like somebody that you are with, or that you have in your life. You remember, you fight, you constantly fight every day. You will realize that you will be drained most of the time. You will be tired, you will be drained, you will be angry, you will bring up all these feelings, and you will be it would just be too much. Yeah, Nadir for facts. Facts. It's a mess. But listen though, it takes a certain person, the person who brings out your faults, it's not necessarily faults. It's not necessarily faults that they bring out. Now remember, they don't give you the faults, they just bring it out. They just reflect to you the faults. Nobody gives you these faults. You got this fault, I mean these energies growing up. You got these things based on how you see things, your perception of things and what you want, your desires, your failures, what your parents, what you've seen. And therefore those things was inside of you. So that person didn't bring them out. That person allowed you to bring it out. Because you can't bring out those things with anybody. Not with everybody, but with the ones who's closest to you is the ones, believe it or not, that you unconsciously trust just enough to say, I'm going to release my anger on you. I'm going to unleash my anger, my resentment, my hate on you because I trust you to understand me. Because it's your fault. You brought it out. You did it because you pissed me off, because you anger me. I trust you to bring it out. I can't bring it out on him or her, but on you I can. So these people don't give you these energies, they reflect you these energies. So the person who brings out these energies, what happened is this. What happened that we don't know is this. The person who brings out these energies, when those energies, this is the part that we have to understand. When that resentment, when that anger and that depression has been worked on, you're gonna realize that you have no need for that person anymore. It's that beautiful. You will realize that you have no need for that person anymore because the energy is not there anymore. So that means the connection is not there. That means the bridge between you and the person is broken. That means it is no more. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you doing? That means it's no more. So if we understand this, when I deal with my resentment, when I deal with my stuff, when I deal with my anger, then the person who is in my life right now, I will not like them anymore. I won't have a desire for them anymore because the bridge between me and them is my emotion. Remember, the bridge between you and a person, or you and trauma, or you and your past, the bridge between you and that thing is your emotions. So the emotions that you continue to feel is what joins you together. So when you work on those things, that anger, that whatever your that bitterness, that jealousy, you will realize that you have no desire anymore. You don't like you said, why did I like you anyways? I don't even like you anymore. Like I have nothing. And from then on, you realize, huh, I feel nothing. I nothing you. I nothing you at all. Hey Portia, how you doing? I didn't even see you come in. So for the first time, it was bitter. I'm telling you, so we have to understand. Wait, did I miss something what Mia said? Um, dealing with that now, but listening to you has been helping me. Thank you, Nadifa. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I met a mirror and realized I was the problem. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It sucked to let them go, but exactly what Kirk is saying is like there isn't. Like for real. Listen, when you have, and this is why you gotta continuously, when you see your reflection, don't get mad, don't hate that person because that person is doing God's work. Right? Yeah, I know I don't think so. That's why we think that we hate the wrong, we love the wrong person. That person is doing God's work. That person is attracted to you and you are attracted to them because they need to show you what you are because, sometimes you don't know who you are. Yeah. So, listen, we don't know who we are until we see our reflection. We don't know there's stuff in our face until we see our reflection. So we have to be careful. The mirror is so incredibly painful, but for once I saw the damage I was doing. Exactly. 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 I'm telling you. So listen, the mirror gonna have you ever have you ever been talking to somebody? Right? Have you ever been talking to somebody all in their face? And then when you go look in the mirror in your house or in your kitchen or in your bedroom or in your bathroom, you look in the mirror and see stuff all in your nose, stuff all in your lips, and you're like, damn, I've been talking to people like this. Sometimes we don't know that we carry in these things until somebody reveals to us what we are. And we need to thank them sometimes. I know we don't want to thank them because it seems like it's counterproductive. Like, how dare you treat me like this? How dare you mess my life up? And now you want me to thank you? Listen, people are doing God's work. If it wasn't for Pharaoh, if it wasn't for Pharaoh with Moses, if it wasn't for Pharaoh, the people who was enslaved will never see, or the Israelites will never see God's power. Right or wrong? If it wasn't for Pharaoh, who hardened his against God, the people will never see how powerful the Creator was. So therefore, people are doing God's work. And God's work is for you to see what you are. When I learned this with myself and I begin to see my reflection in people, how I treat them, how they treat me, how I speak to them, how they speak to me, listen, I begin to change the way how I projected my own self. So I'm telling you, man, people doing God's work out there, but we just don't like God's work because God's work is not pretty all the time. It's filthy, isn't it? It's filthy. So we just gotta be careful. But listen, check this out. Hey, Lewis Clark, how you doing? Number 7 was, it's not your heart that's broken, it's your perception. It's not your heart that's broken. It's your perception that's broken. It's not your heart. Your heart ain't broken, man. Many of us think that my heart, he broke my heart. She broke my heart. Nobody broke your heart. Sometimes some people fix your vision. My past was my fault to my past. Portia, I mean, I understand. I get it, man. I get it. That's the mirror right there. That's the mirror. I just said to myself 30 minutes ago, my choice of men in my past was my fault. It's my past trauma. Laquita said, I agree, but since I have been listening to you and journaling, I have realized so much. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I realized that the universe has a way of showing us our shadow side. Ain't that true though? God made us with good and evil within us. I started to realize that repentance and forgiveness was accepting I'm not a victim. But ain't that deep. Mia, I love it. I love it. It be painful, but the benefits outweigh the cost. Facts. Facts. It's self-love. Facts. Listen, I'm telling you, man, your heart is not broken. Nobody, your heart don't get broken. Everybody out there, I'm afraid to get my heart broken. So I don't want to love. Listen, if you don't love, you will never experience yourself. Hey Sylvia, how you doing? Seriously, if you don't love, you will never experience yourself. If you don't love, you will never be free. Many of us can't be free. Many of us are walking around like zombies because we're afraid to love. Because you know why you're afraid to love? Because you're afraid to get heartbroken. And the truth is, your heart don't get broken. Your perceptions just fail to you just fail to accept the truth because you don't want to be wrong again. I chose the wrong man again. Oh my god, let me make myself suffer. Let me cause suffering to myself. I chose the wrong one again. Oh, I can't believe I'm done. I will never do it again. And that's many people. That's the majority of us right now. A better relationship with my husband of 10 years. He's even surprised on how you have helped me realize my own. Wow. Mia, I'm grateful. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you. That made me realize that maybe my work is not in vain. If I can help others see, and listen. When you finally find yourself, do you notice that you never find yourself in the prettiest places? You never find yourself in the prettiest situations. Sometimes when you find yourself, man, you find yourself in the worst, ridiculous places, and you have things covering your face. You can't see yourself. You look terrible, but it's a blessing. Seems like we are all coming into agreement and understanding of our true reflection. I'm telling you, listen, man. I'm telling you guys, our hearts ain't broken. It's just the image that we place has to be replaced, but we don't want to replace it because when you replace it, you blame yourself for choosing the wrong person. So instead of hey Adrian, so instead of saying I blame myself for choosing the wrong person, which is not which is you ain't got to blame anybody, but you rather not change the picture. Well, I love him or her. They're supposed to be this. They're supposed to be kind and nice and loving. They're supposed to be faithful, and now they're cheating. So let me hold on to that image of him not cheating or her not cheating, him not doing this, so that but now I'm gonna check him. Now I'm gonna trace his every move. Now I'm gonna chase and check his phone just to prevent him from doing it. Because if you do it, I'm gonna break my heart. If he cheats, it's gonna break my heart. So let me prevent him. Let me try my best to prevent him from doing anything that's gonna bring pain to me. The truth is, you ain't got to do all of that. You ain't got to do all of that. See? I used to have my guard up. I hardly used to trust people. Man, listen, trust people. You hear me? Trust people. Thank you. Thank you, Nadifa. Trust people. Love people. Love on people. Love on people. Listen, let me tell you about something. Let me tell you about something, right? When somebody walk past and say, "You're handsome," I don't care what they mean. What they mean is not my business. But what I take from it is mine. Is my choice. What I take from it is my choice. I want to tell something very adult. What I take from it is my choice. I don't care about what you mean. What you mean is your business. But what I take is mine. Some of you all are so afraid of doing something because you think they don't mean it. They probably don't mean it. They probably enjoy each moment. Hey, Vesta, how you doing? You must enjoy. Man, listen, and if you're eating a piece of cheesecake, I don't want you thinking about getting fat while you're eating it. Don't think about it's too sweet while you're eating it. Eat it and enjoy it. If you have a relationship, don't think about what happens if it ends. Many of us, our minds go straight to what happens if it ends. And what we are doing, we are breaking our own hearts because you don't trust yourself to be able to handle the ending. You don't trust yourself. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you so much. You don't trust yourself to be able to handle the end. So your mind is avoiding the present where you can have a choice to enjoy it or not. You have to enjoy. I gotta take from it. So if I'm with you, if I'm with a lady, I don't listen. What she do, what she might be hiding is her business. Yes, Sylvia. What she might be hiding is her business. It's her issue. She the one hiding it. She the one who's struggling. She the one who's tired. She the one who I'm not. I'm enjoying my moment. If you enjoy the moment, you won't suffer. You're the one enjoying. Listen, whatever she you always saying, they probably make it. I don't want to look stupid. You're not looking stupid. You're not the one who cheating. You ain't the one who playing games. You're not the one who means people harm. It's not you. You're not looking stupid at all. You're not looking stupid. So you gotta stop that mindset. Listen, stop jumping to the future, thinking that I'm with somebody right now. I should be. I don't. What if this ends? Listen, stop doing that nonsense. You're hurting yourself. Just don't eat the whole cake, right? Listen, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I was going dumb for the man I was dating. Not to cheat, saying things, buy him things, bending over backwards. Man, listen. You're not going stupid. You're doing what you got to do. You're doing the good. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. But I'm telling you, man, some of you are trying to avoid. You can't be fully free because you can't fully love. Because if you fully love, you might get fully hurt. And that's what you think. You think that you might get fully hurt, but not realizing that without your full love, you are full hurt. If you don't give that full love, you will always be hurt. You will always be missing. You will never experience yourself until you love fully every single time and every single day. You will not experience yourself. Listen, this is about your journey. I'll be thinking that people gonna deserve your love. Your love, no, no, no. Listen, if you have the opportunity to love, you're the one deserving of it. Not listen. You lucky somebody is there to make you start loving. Because many of you can't love by yourself. 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 You cannot love by yourself. You don't know how to love by yourself. You need to thank that person, whether he was playing, she was playing. You need to thank that person so that you could have experienced what love really was. You all don't feel. You all know what I'm talking. You all don't get me, huh? You all don't know what I'm talking about. You all miss that. You all don't feel me. Listen, to love is to recognize yourself. All right, Sarah, Angel, you have a beautiful day. See you next time. You got me, Sylvia? To love is to recognize yourself. To love is to uh increase yourself. To love is to actually recognize yourself. Many of you can't recognize yourself and you can't be yourself because you are worried about what if somebody is doing this, what if somebody is doing that. Why does somebody got to do this or that for you to recognize yourself? If you don't love, you can't be your full self. You should be looking for things to love every day. And you can't see, many of us can't increase that vibration on our own. So we look for someone that looks familiar, somebody who gives us the right things and says the right things and does the right things. And somebody got to do the right things for us to release the love that we've been holding on to. Hey, Bryce, it's called being present, right? Here's the thing. When I see myself in someone, man, don't wait to listen. Listen. So love is nature. To love is nature. You should always see yourself in everyone. I see myself in every single one. That's why I'm that's why I'm kind towards them. I'm forgiving towards them. I am happy towards them. I have a smile towards them. I bow down to them because I see myself in every single one. That should be our nature. That should be what we are. Here's the thing. Many of us don't know how to increase our own vibration. So somebody comes along until somebody comes along, until somebody comes along, until somebody comes along and do the right. See, it's crazy how somebody got to be the right one, say the right things, do the right things so that we can release the love that we've been holding hostage in our hearts for all these years. Isn't that crazy? You want to get me? It's crazy. It's crazy that somebody, it's crazy that you got to look the right way, speak the right way, sound the right way, say the right exact things so that I can release the love that I've been holding hostage in my heart that sets me free. So you got to be just right. You got to be just right. You got to be on everything. You got to have this much money, this much looks, this type of body. You got to have to be able to stimulate me. You got to have to dress good. This got to be right. Say the right words. And then, and only then, I will release all this love that I've been holding hostage so I can stop with my anxiety. I can stop with my resentments, with my fear. So you have to be the perfect being, the perfect catch, so I can release this love that I need that's being in my heart around cages, holding hostage because I can be free. Ain't do we not hear what I just do we not hear? Are we not hearing this? This is a big deal. This is a huge deal, but this is what we do, and we don't see anything wrong with it. We don't see anything wrong with it. And that's the sad part. You should never have to do that much. Listen, if we learn how to love on our own, if we learn the truth is, if we learn how to love on our own, we won't go through all these things. If we learn to love on our own, we won't go through all these things. Because you know why? Do you know why we go through all these things? You understand why we go through all these things? Because we don't love. That's why. That's why we don't. That's why we go through all these things. Let me say this again, right? Give me 1 second. Think about it. And seeing the other car and tens. Yeah, listen. I'm telling you, people have a long list of expectations that they don't even live up to themselves. Listen, I'm telling you, it's crazy, right? Seriously, if you think about it, it's crazy that to experience love, my own love, because whose love do you experience? Yours. Whether yours is anxious, whether it's fearful, whether it's sad, whether it's lonely, whether it's doubtful, is yours. That's what you experience. I don't care if the right man or the right woman comes at the right time. Exactly, Portia. I don't care if the right man, right woman comes at the right time. If your love is flaky, if your love is anxious, if it's fearful, if it's doubtful, that's what you can experience. It's yours. You can only experience love in that sense because that's what you are. You can only experience your love. You can't experience mine. Hey, Amanda. So this is what we have to understand. Many of us are waiting for the perfect man or the perfect woman to come so that we can release this love that we've been holding hostage. Hey, Miss Whitney, good evening. That we've been holding hostage in our hearts. And that's just crazy. That's the crazy part of it. If we learn how to love on our own, we would avoid all these things. We would avoid being played. We would avoid being because you know what? When we could have this love by ourselves, when we don't need assistance, when we don't need nobody to be there, when we can have this love by ourselves, that's what we're gonna attract. Let me tell you, let me say this right here. The experience that you have on the inside is the experience that you attract on the outside. Seriously. The experience that you have on the inside is the same experience that you attract on the outside. Sylvia said, "No one is perfect." I think I don't agree with that. I think everybody is perfect. I think everybody has practices that they have perfected. I think if you practice being afraid, you're gonna be afraid. If you practice lying, you become a perfect liar. If you practice dancing, you become a great dancer. If you practice playing basketball, you become a great basketball player. You become what you practice. If you practice an emotion of anger and resentment, you become the energy of anger and resentment. You become whatever you practice because what you practice becomes a program. All human beings are, we are programmed. We're not, it's not a perfection, it's not a imperfection, it's a program. You are programmed to be what you see. And if you go by what you see, that's what you become. You know, when I was in the military, 20 years in the military, 20 plus years in the military, I was taught this one important thing when I was a younger soldier. One thing that I was taught was this. Somebody said, listen, Specialist Hazel, if you keep looking at these sergeants that you can't stand, you become just like them. I say, how? But if I can't stand them, and if I don't want to be them, how can I become like them? He say, if you focus on them, you become like them, whether you like them or not. He says, if you focus on them, that becomes what you become to be like. You know why men become just like their fathers? Their fathers who wasn't there? Do you know why people become like their parents, even though they don't like their parents? Why? Because their focus was on their parents, so therefore they become just like them. We have to know how this works. So human beings are not meant to be, it's not this perfection thing is not real, it's programmed. We become programmed. This is the place we need to understand. So we are all perfect. We are just programmed in ways that we don't like. Hey, Kay, we are programmed in ways that we don't like, and we don't want to change the programs because we think it's too much work. Yes, it's a lot of work to change the program. It's a lot of work to change the program from fear to love. It's a lot of work to change your program from doubt and insecurities to pure love. It's a lot of work. But if you stick with the program, it will become then your program. You just have to program yourself, and it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes intention. You got to be intentional. That's why we can't do it. But I'm telling you about this love thing. Many of us can't do it properly. I got you, Sylvia. I understand. Many of us are not going to love because we're afraid. Thank you, Kay. We're afraid. Hey, Beatrice. We're afraid to love because when we love, what if we get hurt? I always use the same analogy. Love is this high frequency. Is a very high frequency. And with that frequency comes a lot of things. It comes a lot of responsibilities. Because when you love, your responsibility changes. When you love, the one who carries the most love has the most followers. And I ain't talking about on social media. I'm talking about compassion is there, empathy is there, understanding is there, and a whole bunch of things follows. And therefore, to whom much is given, much is required. And when you carry that love, when you carry that high level, that volume of love, is so much responsibility. And when you carry that love, right? When you carry that love, you have to understand that people are gonna come to you, man. You know, people are gonna come to you. They're gonna come to you, but they're gonna look at, they're gonna be coming to you left and right. Oh, you don't know where they're coming from, but they begin to come to you every day. They want something from you. Every day they want you. That vibe is different, right, Sylvia? When you are in a frequency of love, people are drawn to your person. The thing is, if you carry love and they are drawn to you, sometimes what they are drawn to you for is not what they think. They don't know what they are drawn to you for. You get very drained. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. They are drawn to you for things that you don't understand. And when they come to you don't know what you're carrying. Because some of you don't know what you're carrying. Hey, Ice. Some of you don't know what to see. Some of us don't know what we're carrying. We don't know what we're carrying. We don't know the importance of it. We don't know that we gotta protect it. We don't know that we have to create boundaries around it. We don't understand what it is. We just know that we are very compassionate. You know, we know that we are empathetic people. We know that we feel people's pain, and we know that we care. We know we have a high level of care, but we don't put boundaries around it. We don't secure it. We don't understand it. Hey, April, you see what I'm saying? We don't know what to do with it because we don't understand what it is. But the truth is, you carry a natural level of love that nobody had to give to you. You, to some reason, something that you went through, sometimes the person who experienced that, you know who loves? Do you know who loves? Hey, Tasha, do you know who loves, man? People who was not given love. Dang, you might be surprised of how people, you learn the most from love from the ones who never loved you. The ones who teaches you the most about love is the ones who never gave you. Man, listen, they teach you, don't they? This is why we must be aware of the ones who loved us and the ones who didn't love us. People who didn't love you taught you the most about love. And we have to be thankful and grateful. Many of us don't want to be grateful for it because it hurts. You know what hurts the most? Your expectations. That thing hurts, don't it? When you expect the one person in your life who you say, I do, or I did, or I want you, or I love you. When that person is the one hurting you, oh my God, that thing is just, hey, Simply Beautiful, how you doing? Blessed evening, Opal. But listen though. But you know what's crazy though? Yeah, we don't really know who we are. Facts. You know what's crazy though? Do you know what's do you know what's the hard part? The hard part is this. Even though we're not the ones who broke ourselves, we are still responsible for getting fixed. Love associated with world, the world ways. Yeah. Even though I didn't break myself, I gotta still fix myself. And I think that's the part that we don't like. Because why is it my responsibility to fix myself when I didn't break myself? But here's the thing about breaking. You're not broken. You're exposed to a level of love. You will recognize how to build those boundaries. Yeah, that's true. The truth is, you're not broken. I need everybody to raise their hand and say, I'm not broken. Seriously, you're not broken. Nobody's broken. You're not broken. Sometimes you say something so much and so often, you begin to believe it just because you keep saying it. Have you ever told a story for so long that you believe your own story, but you made it up, but it stuck with you because you just had to keep it and now you don't know what's the real truth? You keep hearing something forever for a long time, it becomes a fact, even though it's not. It becomes the truth. If you hear something, I'm ugly, or you're ugly, You're ugly. You are ugly. If you have pretty skin, pretty hair, pretty face, you're still going to believe it after a while because you don't see with your eyes. Your eyes are only used to remember. This is why this is what's the hardest struggle. Because if you keep hearing something, and when you sleep, you hear it. When you awake, you hear it. Understand after a while, you accept it as truth. And when you accept this as truth, Lord, it takes a miracle for you to change that truth. Many of us, right? Okay, seriously, many of us right now, we think that we are something that we are not. We think that we are this, we are lazy, we ain't gonna make it, we fat, we ugly, we're this, we're that. And the truth is that you're not. But you heard it so often. Is it write the book, please, eyes? But we heard it so often. But the truth is, I'm not broken. You are disappointed. You're not broken. You're not broken. You're disappointed. Please, there's a difference. You got to remember, I'm not broken. Stop pushing those things on yourself. You're not broken. I promise you, you're not broken. I promise you. I promise you, boo boo, you're not broken. You've never been broken. Your vision probably was. Your image in your head probably was. But you know how strong your heart is, man? Do you understand the power of your heart? Do you understand the heart has the ability to surpass time and space? Your heart could exist in the future. Your heart could actually penetrate anything that's alive. Your heart can actually penetrate through your dreams. Your heart is not easily broken. I don't know what you are be talking about you broken. Your heart is not easily broken. Your heart is the strongest part of you. It goes last. Hey, Lily, how you doing? Thank you so much, Lily. Your heart ain't broken. Heart was never broken. Your heart was never, it was never broken. Your heart is irreplaceable. It's never broken. But that mind that you have, Miss Winnie, I love you too. That mind that you got though, that damn mind though, that mind though. Hey, Diana, that mind, huh? It could be easily influenced, don't it? It could be easily confused and play with. It could be easily frustrated. It could be easily because when you know when the mind begin to go, the mind begin to go when something happens that you don't like. And all it takes is that one thing that you don't like. And then from that one thing that you don't like, it begins to resist it. And once it begins to resist that one thing, nothing else makes sense to you. Everything else is by emotions. When you begin to resist the truth, everything else has to be emotion. Listen, if you resist the truth, everything will become emotional because the truth is not emotional. The truth is just the truth. But if the truth is not there or accepted, emotions will take over. This is why many times we only go by emotions because the truth, if we accept the truth, you know that person don't want us. That person don't love us. They don't respect us. They don't care for us. And that right there is hard to accept. If the truth is not present, emotions will be, don't get me wrong. If the truth is present, now you might still be emotional, but the truth gonna override it. The truth must listen, the emotions gonna subside and the truth will take over. But the truth, yes, the truth do hurt. But I'm telling you right now, when love is not there, man, that feelings take over. It's all feelings. How do I let go of someone that I make that it makes feel so bad for wanting to go feel like I'm in prison? Hey Reese, how do you let go of someone? What's up, Duke? How you doing, man? How do you let go of someone that makes me feel so bad for wanting to go feel like I'm in prison? I think, oh, how do you let go of someone that don't want you to leave? Listen, well, why do you want to leave? Is the person stopping you from from living, from existing, from being happy? Listen, sometimes you don't have to know how to let go. You just gotta be honest. Sometimes you just gotta be honest. I'm done. I'm not mad. I don't hate you. I'm just done. I'm not happy. I'm not at a place. I'm just done. But how do you let go? Well, it's not letting go that you have an issue with. Is how do you let them see you are? You mean how do you have them accept that you have gone? You can't have nobody accept the truth. How do you let go? It seems like you have already let go because you're already gone. You have already let go because you're not there emotionally anymore. You don't want the person, so you already let go. You want him. See, you want the person. You want to help him let go because he wants you to be there. Sometimes you just gotta let people help themselves. Listen, people have their listen, people are stronger than we think. You are stronger than you think too. You have to do it. Yeah, you are your own. Listen, you got to do what you gotta do, and people will adjust. People will always adjust. They, but you can't have nobody accept or not accept that you are gone. Your job is to do what you need to do. Their job is to adjust, to accept or not accept. That's their business. However they make you feel is you see, if you are governed by guilt, facts, Bryce. If you are governed, see, many of us are governed by so much guilt. Thank you, Deanna. We have all this guilt, so we can't be our happy selves. We can't be peaceful. We can't find peace because the guilt. See, when we're ready to step, somebody gonna feel like you're leaving me. Don't move on without me, and you're gonna feel all this guilt. The person who feels all that guilt, you won't live. You won't be happy. You won't find your happy ever after. Never, because the guilt is gonna stop you. The guilt will always stop you. The guilt will always limit your experience of this life, and it's not worth it. Your guilt ain't worth it. Leave the guilt alone. It's there. And the reason why it's there is because you practice feeling guilty. You know who have the most guilt? The ones who have the most guilt are the ones who were sexually abused, physically abused. Those people carry the most guilt. And if you carry that much guilt when you were sexually abused or physically abused, man, that's a hard thing to beat. It's a hard thing to beat. Is it true that the heart can bring in the frequency of whatever you want? Yes, it can. The heart is that powerful. It really can. That's what the heart does. The heart is the strongest organ. A matter of fact, the heart chakra is the strongest chakra, right? That's why it's in the middle. You got three below, three above, three below, three above. If the heart is strong enough, if your lower chakras are acting the fool, your heart could actually assist in aligning your lower chakras, and it can assist in aligning your upper ones. But the heart chakra is the strongest one. If your stuff is messed up, if you realize that you have back pains, knee pains, ankle pains, you have chest pains, you have headaches, you got always have a sore throat, and your chakras are off alignment, you have hip pains and all them stuff. Understand, if you start by strengthening your heart chakra, a lot of times your chakras become to be better, the upper and lower. So this is something that we have to understand. It's real. Now, is it true that the heart can bring in the frequency of whatever you want? The heart has the strongest frequency. The heart has the strongest frequency. The heart penetrates time and space, right? It penetrates the past and the future. The heart is connected to those alive and who are not alive. It is the strongest frequency that you can ever imagine. Everybody think that the heart lies to you. Your heart don't lie to you. Your emotion does. Your perception does. The heart is not a thing to lie or not to lie. It's just that if you love somebody, number one, it's not ever wrong to love anybody. It's not ever wrong to love anybody. It's not ever wrong to trust somebody. The thing is, the way how we trust people to be as we are. And that's not trust. That's stupidity. That's expectation. That's nonsense. That's ridiculous. I gotta trust you to be who I am. No, who I am is based on how I was raised, on my choices, on my options, on my thoughts, my beliefs. Man, I'm sure I know for a fact you don't have those things that I have. I know for a fact you don't have those things that I have. So for me to trust you that you will do what I do is ridiculous. The heart knows what it wants, but be careful how you follow your heart. The heart knows what it wants, but we have to bring understanding and knowledge to our minds also. I think the problem is don't lie. Yeah, yeah, Elizabeth. We have to have understanding. We have to have discernment. When we have those things, understanding, discernment, the heart can't lie to you. Lie to you about what? Hey, Stephanie, seriously, lie to you how? And say what? Oh, I love her. Okay. Me loving her, I ain't got to do a damn thing about. I don't have to want her because I love her. Listen, you never loved somebody that you didn't want. Yeah, Bryce. Seriously, you never loved somebody that you didn't want. Have you ever loved somebody that you didn't want anymore, or that you didn't want? I have. Yeah, exactly. The problem is we are afraid to love people because if we love them, we might want something else. We might want that I'm weak around you. Because I love you, I'm weak around you. No, it's not because you love somebody that you're weak around them. It's because you have no discipline. Hey Tamara. Hey Goddess, how you doing? Hey Sandy babes. It's not because you love somebody, it's because you have no discipline. If you're on a diet and you because you love cookies. Hey Fiona, let's say you love cookies. Is it because you love cookies that makes you tempted? Or that makes you eat them, or because you have the discipline when you know for a fact that you shouldn't have any. It's discipline that we lack. It's not love. Love has nothing to do with this. It's discipline that we lack. We lack discipline. This is why we can't be around our ex. This is why your ex, your current wife or your girlfriend or your husband thinks that if you see your ex, you're going to do something because we lack discipline. It's not because we love them, we do something. It's because of discipline. Though the truth is, some people you will always love. Some people you will always love. Some people you can't help but love. I don't care what nobody say. Hey Ray, some people you will always love. And you know it's true. You know there's a somebody out there that you just love. But you know it's not gonna work. It can't be it. This is not it. And you know for a fact it's not gonna work. So therefore it makes you just realize, let me move on with my life. Because love is not what stops. Love don't stop us from nothing. It doesn't stop you from moving on. It never dies. Yeah, Sheena. Sheena, is that you that booked me earlier? Is that you? Was that you I spoke to earlier today, Sheena? What is imprinting? Can you explain to me what's imprinting, Bryce? Because I don't think I know that word means. I don't know these words, right? I trust spirituality. Yeah. Hey, Catherine. Oh, it's you. Okay. I get you. I get you. Well, good to meet you. Good to see you. Good to know that it's you. At least I'll know you. What's up, JP? I'm having a mental breakdown. Never good enough. I'm having a mental breakdown. Listen, here's the deal. As adults, right? As adults, we are responsible for our mental health. We can't listen. As adults, we are responsible. Here's the problem. This for anybody. This not for that person only. Here's the problem. We so quick to give up our mental health for a raggedy ass person, ain't we? Everything is energy. Hey, Paulette, we so quick to give up our mental health for some raggedy ass person. A person that you're gonna give up your mental health for, ain't it? A person that you're gonna give up what you like, your friends for, ain't it? I promise you. But a person that you're gonna give up your mental health for, ain't it? Some of you are giving up your mental health just to keep somebody. That ain't it. 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 That isn't it. That ain't it. That is not it. That aren't it. That aren't that. That aren't those. It's not making sense. It doesn't connect. Is you are if you gotta give up your mental health for a raggedy ass person, you gotta understand that you are the one responsible for your effing mental health. It's yours. You can't just give it in people's hands. Why are we putting these important things in people's hands? Here you go. Take my mental health. Take my heart. Your heart is yours. They have one. We know this. True or false? Everybody has their own hearts. True or false? Yes? No? Am I wrong or am I right? Am I tripping? Emotional attachment form towards the. Oh, yes. Yes, Bryce. I do believe in that. That is very factual. That's science too. Everybody has their own hearts. My happiness comes before anyone. Correct. Everyone have their own hearts. So why am I giving you my heart? Why the hell am I giving you my heart? I'm giving you all my heart. You why? Why? Imagine, imagine, just imagine, if my heart is functional, I wouldn't need yours. I would not need yours. If my heart is not functional, I might need yours. But if I take yours, do I really love, do I really honor you and respect you? If I take yours, what do you have? Nothing. So I have two and you have zero. That's why you be hurt. That's why you be talking about, oh, I got nothing else. I'm so tired because you give it. If listen, before you put your investment in a bank, you have to make sure that bank is going to do what it does with this with its business. Seriously, thank you, goddess. Before you put your investment in a bag, I mean in a bank, you got to make sure that the bank has a history of doing right by your investments or by other. Okay, maybe you didn't hear me. Let me say it again. Before you invest in a spot, you got to make sure that this spot is returning profits on everybody else's investments. Let me explain deeper. If a person ain't doing nothing with their life or their hearts. Thank you, Tamara. If a person ain't doing nothing with their hearts, why would you take your heart? Okay, let's go a little bit different. Let's go different. If a person has been alive for all these years and they did shit with their life, if you join your life with theirs, all they're gonna do is pull on yours. It's tug on yours. If a person ain't doing nothing with their hearts, if I meet a woman and I realize her heart is blank, her heart is black. Now I'm gonna say, Elizabeth, her heart is black. She is no compassion, no empathy, no trust. Why do I say I'm gonna give you all of me? If you can't manage what you have, what the Bible says, if you can't, hey, hey, boss lady, if you can't manage the little bit that you have, how can you get more? Why would I give you more? If you can't manage the little bit, if you're not a good manager of the little bit, how can you manage more of it? It don't make no sense, does it? If a person cannot manage the little bit that they have, how can they manage yours? Listen, stop putting your mental health, stop taking your mental health and give it and trust it to people. It's not there. And listen, and when you give it to people, you can't get mad that they F it up. Have you ever lost money in an investment? Have you ever lost money in an investment? Have you ever lost money in an investment? When your mother, have you ever lost money in an investment? Have you ever tried buying cryptocurrencies and then they just drop and you lost some money? Have you ever tried buying stocks and them things drop and you lost your investment? Have you ever invested in anything and that thing drop and you lost it? Yes. Can you get mad? You can get mad all you want to, but who's to blame? You can't blame the bank. It happens. You can't expect to invest in a broken, raggedy ass person. You expect not to experience loss. Hey, Melina, how you doing? You can experience loss. You have to experience loss. You don't think that you are going. Well, I gave you my all. Your all for what? Why are you giving anybody your all? Your all is yours. If they have their all, It's a journey. But remember, everybody has their own heart, and everybody's heart should be able to love. Everybody's heart carries certain vibration, and if you use those vibrations, you can love. And if her heart carries love and my heart carries love, I don't have to give her my heart because she already has one that's functional. And I know that sounds literal, but if you think about it, we keep saying, I gave her my heart. I gave him my heart. I gave why is your heart is to sustain you and your needs and your love, your happiness, your joy. That's what your love is for. That's what your heart is for. It's for you. Everybody has theirs. I don't understand why we keep giving away our stuff. That carries self-love. How do we expect God to bless us with more if we are unfaithful with the facts? That's exactly the verse right there. That's it right there. Make sure what you invest in qualifies and can return something equal or greater. Facts. Same goes in relationships. Same goes in relationship. We have to be responsible for who we have. See, some people don't want to be responsible or accountable for the people that we choose. Now I know when you chose them, they acted good. Hey, Erica. Yeah, I know when you chose them, there wasn't like, because everybody's like, in the beginning, it was always good, right? Everybody says that. In the beginning, they were so good. Of course they were. Who's not going to be good in the beginning? I mean, it makes no sense. Who will not be good in the beginning? That's the point of it, the beginning, is to be good. They were so good in the beginning. Oh, okay. Listen, that's right. They were good in the beginning. And then after like 3 or 4 months, I start seeing their true colors. And then when you ask, so why did you stay? Well, I was already into my feelings and I already loved them. What does it got to do with it? No, I know people, but you don't understand. I was already into my feelings. And by the time I saw the truth, it was too late. It's never too late. It's never too early. It's never too late. I'm serious. It's never too late. It's called discipline. If you're doing something and you realize that it's making you sick, you stop. You don't say, well, since I've been doing it for a long time, and it's making me sick. I can't talk, I can't eat, I can't drink, but I've been doing it for so long. So, it's too late now. I can't stop. Yes, you can. Stop. It's foolish. Like, seriously. This life is not a practice run. Man, Sandy said, this life is not a practice run. People need to understand you have one chance. Hey, listen, I might make that a shirt. I might make a shirt with that one. This life is not a practice run. My next shirt. Where's the pen? This life is not a. I promise you, I'm making a shirt tomorrow. This life is not a practice run. I love that. That's my next shirt. This life is not a practice run. I think we need to take accountability for this one time. You got one time. This life is not a practice run. Don't I love that, man? But don't take the stuff serious. No, I don't mean no. Don't get me wrong. I don't take it that serious either. But I think it's funny. I think whatever happens happens. I think whatever happens in the past happens in the past. I think we all have something. I think we all listen. If we all dig deep with enough, we're gonna find things that make us hate somebody. You're gonna pay for that quote. I know, right? If we dig deep enough, we can find somebody to blame for our anger. Portia. Seriously, we can find a reason to hate, to be scared, to be insecure, to be anxious. We can find it. But what does it do what happens when we find it? Nothing. We become miserable. What do people in general dislike when you see the end and explain this relationship no longer works and they try to keep you? People will try to keep you more when you are done. They won't try to keep you when you're not done. When you are done, remember, so relationship, when you talk about the end of a relationship, it messes with your ego. It messes with your ego. It messes with your psychology part of your ego. When somebody says, If listen, have you ever had somebody that you was talking to seriously that you didn't like anymore? Let's be real. Let's show you how this works, okay? Send me one shirt with it. Yes, sure, Sandy. It was your quote. Have you ever been talking to somebody that you didn't really care for? You need a shirt. You didn't really care for them, but they ended it first. What happens after? What happened when they ended it first? How did you feel? Seriously, how did you feel? Let me show you how the mind works, because I want you to see for yourself. Somebody that you was talking to that you don't really like, that you didn't really like, that you wanted to break up with, that you wanted to end, but they did it first. How did you feel? Did you say, "Oh, okay, what's up, King Benjamin's daughter? How are you doing?" You get mad. You get mad. You actually get kind of you like damn, like that's messed up. Hey, Double D, you want to be the one to do it first, so you begin to resist it. You begin to create resistance. You actually might realize, yeah, I had to listen. You might even realize, shit, I think I like this person. You might start thinking to yourself, damn, I like this person. You shouldn't do this. I like you now. The ego steps in. So when people hear it is done, even though that man or that woman been treating you like crap for years, when he or she hears that you're leaving, they don't like it. They can't. They can't take it. Because how dare you? My ego says now, hey, you can't lose what you had. So get it back. Get it back. Get it back. Hey Cora, how are you doing? Get it back. Get it back. So we gotta be careful. A lot of these relationships that we have right now, a lot of these relationships that we have right now, I keep hearing people telling me all the time, you know, if you do Kirk, he does so much because I speak to most women. You know, he does this and he does that. I don't know why when try to end it, he don't want to end it. Why? Because he can't afford to. His ego won't let him. That's why. It's not because they love you. Because if they love you, they won't do all the crap anyways. It's not because they respected you. Because if they do, they won't do all the stuff. But it's because the ego can't afford to lose you. Because as soon as they lose you, the ego is messed up. The ego is suffering. The ego begin to suffer. The ego begin to create feelings that weren't there. The ego will create feelings that's not there just to keep somebody. Do you want to know this? The ego will create feelings. If you hate your job so much, then they fire you. You're gonna still feel hurt. I need healing. Why? But you hated the job. I know, but still, that's not right. Because the ego will create feelings to make you keep what you have because your ego says I can't afford to lose it because now we playing these games. After being single 5 years, I got together with a friend from 40 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. I hope it works well for you. I hope it works. That's a long time ago. But I'm waiting on it. Yeah. No, I did it because I could see it coming, so I prepared for it. But when people show who they are, believe them. Facts. Facts, though. Facts. Feel rejected. Listen, we gotta be aware, man. I listen. I think the reason why people do all these things because of psychological reasons, right? Just psychologically, we are all messed up. Many of us are messed up. Many of us are driven by things that we don't want. Many of us are driven by things that feeds our ego. Many of us are just driven by desires, lust. These things feeds our spirit, man. They feed you. They feed you. If a person don't want you, it makes you want them even more. If a person says we are done, it makes you love them more. If a person rejected you, oh my God, you hurt more. You know, many of us, the truth is, like I keep saying this, and I don't think people believe me, ain't shit wrong with many of you guys. Ain't nothing wrong with you all. There's nothing wrong with you all. It's just your psychological factor is messed up. You are psychologically messed up. And it's not because you are messed up, it's just that you don't understand the difference. See, knowledge, see what knowledge does. Knowledge is so, what knowledge does, it gives you boundaries. It gives you, listen, listen, listen. Knowledge will tell me, Kirk, if you are being rejected, it's okay. My feelings will say, oh my God, I'm not good enough. But knowledge will tell me, understanding says, Kirk, she has a choice. I listen to my understanding, not my knowledge. I mean, not my feelings, because your feelings will. The ego comes in. If she rejects me, I can use my understanding, or I can use my emotions slash feelings. My feelings gonna say, "Damn, shit, yeah, dang, I feel like crap. I must ain't good, man. I ain't good. Well, I guess I ain't worth it. I'm not good enough." Understanding says, Kirk, she has an option, and it's not you. And sometimes it's not because of you. A matter of fact, most of the times it has nothing to do with you. Maybe she's not compatible with you. Maybe you're not compatible. It's okay. Got it. We have to understand. We have to understand sometimes. We have to understand sometimes some things ain't about you. Some things ain't about you, man. Some things ain't about you. Some things ain't about you. Some things ain't about you. But you know what we do? We take it personal every single time. That's why we all effed up because we think everything, everybody who does this to me, why do everybody keep doing this to me? Why do everybody who I date keep doing the same things to me? Do you understand that nobody is doing something to you? People are just doing what they are doing, and you are just in the game with them. You are in the same room. They're not doing it with you, but your perception is listen, just because somebody is in the same room doing something where you are doesn't mean that they are doing it to you. They are doing it because that's what they do. Listen, sometimes people do shit because that's what they do. Let me say that again. Sometimes people are doing shit because that's what they do. It's not because of you. It's not because you ain't good enough. It's not because you allow it. It's because they are shitty people. Because whether you allow it or not, my character, should speak first. Seriously, I understand. We allow it. Yes, I get it. We allow it. But damn it, it ain't supposed to be like that. We ain't supposed to be predators. Just because she likes me that much, that she allows me for potential, and I shouldn't abuse that stuff. I shouldn't abuse that. I should never abuse that. I should be grown enough to realize, you know what, she's not strong in that area. Let me make sure she can develop. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me to go and abuse it. It's because we are shitty people. That's why we do shitty things. Sometimes you have to accept just that. People are shitty. Some people are shitty and do shitty things. Stop being, stop, stop being broken because of shitty people. Seriously. Ah, Kathy, stop being broken because of shitty people. Because many of you ain't broken. Many of you just scared. Many of you watch too much damn YouTube and you watch too much TikTok and you watch too much IG and Facebook. Adjust your transparency value once you see. The truth is, many of you watch too much damn social media. And the things that let me ask you a question. All the things that you have anxiety about, things that you've been through personally. Anybody there? Are all the things that you are afraid of, the things that you are that builds your fear and that gives you anxiety, did that happen to you in real life? How do you know that love is real? Because I carry it. I know it's real because I carry it. I don't know it's real based on you. I know it's real based on me. Just like how I know trust is real. Just like how I know how people ask those questions like, where are the good people? Well, I am one of the people, so I know they exist. I don't care about if you are good, if you ain't good, if he ain't good. If one is good, you remember when God was about to destroy the city? And God told was it Abraham or Lot? If you can find 50 people who are righteous, I would say this. Listen, if you can find one, damn it. Listen, if I carry love, right? It was Lot. If I carry love, damn it is real. Because I have it. Right? Seriously. Seriously. All joke aside. No joke. I ain't even playing. If I carry it, I know it's real because I'm the one. So if I am looking at you, I'm looking at them, I'm looking at everybody else, I don't know it's real because I'm seeing something. I don't know what it is I'm seeing. So, but if I'm carrying it, I know for a fact. If I'm carrying water, I know for a fact water exists. Hey, pleasure. So that's how I know it's real because I'm carrying. I'm drinking it right now. But how the water is real? I ain't thirsty. That's how I know he's real. That's how I know. Because I ain't thirsty. You thirsty, so you don't know he's real. Gup, gup, gup. I'm just saying. But I actually think that's a beautiful question. But until you carry it for yourself, you will never know. And and the truth is, many of us don't carry it for ourselves. Many of us don't carry it. And that's why we always say, though it's not real. It doesn't exist. Right. It is real. You know what I'm saying? Many of us don't carry, I mean, many of us don't carry that love, so we don't know that it's real. Many of us don't understand that to have to receive love, you must give love. You must send it out, and it comes back. Whatever you send out must come back. That's the law of the universe. It's a universal law. What goes out must come back. It's not by chance, and it's not by a fluke. It must come back. I don't care. If you carry it out, it must come back. It's just many of us are looking for it from a specific person. That's why the Bible says, right? I will open up all my windows, not just my one raggedy window, not just two windows, all my windows in heaven, and pour out blessings. All my windows, not just one or two, not the one in his kitchen, not the one in his bathroom, all of them jokers. So that's why we got to be like those five, what do you call them? Them five bridesmaids who keep their candles lit. So it may come back from someone that you don't expect. Ain't that the damn truth right there? Facts. I will open up all my windows in heaven and pour out blessing. This is why you have to be vigilant, like those five bridesmaids who kept their candles burning. They all wear. Ain't that something? You have to stay. All those stories in there, all those stories, all those parables. If you really look at them, they're very simple to understand. But you have to have a mind of understanding. It's not, you gotta don't listen to what your pastor tell you because they're a religious mindset, a lot of people. But when you get to a conscious mind, it makes sense. Them scriptures is scrumptious, ain't it? Them scriptures is scrumptious. It connects. It connects in your mind how it's supposed to connect because it's talking about you. It's you it's talking about. It's you that is you. It always talk about. It's you. It's only you. You say is him, is Jesus, is Mary, is you. You are all of those jokers. Facts, Sandy. Facts. It's you. It's talking about you. You Job. You Adam. You Eve. You Pharaoh. You Moses. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Roots, First, Second Samuel's, First, Second Kings, First, Second Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job's, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentation, Ezekiel, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. It's all you. Then you come to the Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, First, Second Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, First and Second Thessalonians, First and Second Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, First and Second Peter, First, Second and Third John, Jude, Revelation. It's all you. Who do you think it's about? It's you. There's nobody else but you. It's talking to you. Come on now. It's about you. But we're always trying to pick somebody else. It's Jesus. What if you start doing the things that Jesus did? So who Catholic church I attended? Girl, I used to be a pastor. God, I think I don't know. Listen, listen. But yes, listen, I'm telling you. Yeah, Izzy, how are you doing? Listen, man, I'm telling you all. Listen, I'm telling you guys, man. Listen, if we learn to love the way how we supposed to love, we won't be hurt as much as we are hurt. You don't love, you will be hurt. You love once, you will be hurt even more. Because once you tasted, Jesalyn, once you tasted it, once you tasted love and you realize it's about you. Listen, if you tasted love, so you met me or you met someone, you met a girl or a boy, right? You met somebody and they did the things that you like. And when they did the things that you like, since you like something, your frequency goes up higher, right? They say the things that sounds good, so your frequency elevated. They took you on dates, so the frequency elevated. They give you food. And you know when you all get, when women get food, they get women, they say the key to a man's heart is in his stomach, but the key to a woman's heart is food. Is food. Tell me I'm tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You all say it's men. It's not men. It's women. You all love some food. You forgive you all food. You are happy. Because when you are hungry, what's up, only one key? How you doing? How you doing? God knows when you are hungry, it's hell, ain't it? It's food. So listen. So you meet somebody, a man or a woman. They said the right things. You love to eat right. You said the right things. Your frequency goes up. You feel good, right? So you wait because taking grocery shopping, right? I feel they said the right things and your emotions get better. You feel good. They do the right things again and you feel better. They throw you something and you feel good. They take you somewhere and you feel good. Next thing you know, oh, I'm in love, right? Who do you think benefits from that love? You or him? Seriously, who do you think benefits from that love? You or them? Even though you use them to increase your vibrational frequency. Who do you think benefits from it? Them or you? They allowed you to see yourself. That's all they do, right? That's all people do. They allow you to see yourself free of judgment, right? Free of judgment, free of hate, free of anger, and you saw love. Huh. So how can I love myself when they are out of the picture? See myself free of anger. Listen, 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 listen now. Listen, Linda, listen. If somebody could assist me in increasing my vibration by the things that they tell me, what they showed me, give me good food, and every day my frequency increases because now I begin to see myself worthy of those things. Because when people begin to open up and give you and bless you, understand, you begin to see yourself worthy of all these things. Listen, now you begin to see yourself free of hate, free of all those emotional nonsense, free of all this anger. You begin to see clearly. You begin to see love. When you begin to see love, who is the one that benefits from it? It's not the ones who give it to you because they can't give it to you. They just reflect it to you. They just make you see it within yourself because they can't see it how you see it. They can never see it how you see it because it's happening in you, within you. It's happening in your emotions. It's happening in your mind, in your body, in your heart. It's happening all around you. It's happening so good that now you don't see nothing. Nobody can piss you off tomorrow. I bet when you go to work, nobody pisses you off. I bet when somebody give you a middle finger, they don't piss you off anymore. I bet when somebody say you're ugly, I bet you don't care. I bet when somebody tell you ain't shit, I bet you don't care. Because now you seeing things differently because the God has released himself within you. That's all you see. Love is you. It's all you. It's what you are. I don't know how you're afraid of love. I don't know how it's not real. It's what you are. And when you are revealed that because you used, see, heavy on the used, heavy on the USED, you use someone to help you elevate your frequency. And now you say that person is a narcissist. No, you use them to increase. Now, if somebody assisted you, if somebody is so nice to assist you in increasing your frequency, whose job it is to maintain it? Whose job is it to maintain it? If somebody is so nice to have you increase your frequency, who whose responsibility? See, when I go to these places with words and stuff, I don't think you all like it because I'm putting more responsibility on you. And I think we don't like it. I don't think we like it. Hey, Desiree, how are you doing? I tomorrow, I don't think we like the responsibility of having that love because what am I going to do with it? Anything that you want. Anything that you want. You said, no, we like it. Love is you. It is your responsibility to maintain it. See, many things, many times we fell in love with someone and the person leave. And when the person leave, what happens? Opa, good. Receiving this. When the person leave, how do you lose it? What? Our love was only we are only seeing our love and being loved because of someone else. We are only responsible for our love when somebody else is giving it to us. We are only experiencing love when somebody in love when somebody is helping us get there. It's our responsibility to keep the love there. And if the person see when the person see when the love can be maintained. See when the love is maintained, self-maintained, because it's self-love. And self-love, see, people, let me go a little deep. Not deep. Let me go a little shallow. Self-love ain't all this shit that we talk about. Pardon me with me for saying shit. I like saying shit. It's the only word that I use. It's the only curse word that I use. I don't say the F word. I want to say the F word, but it doesn't sound right. So I don't say it. I want to say the MF word, but it doesn't sound right. It sounds even worse. So I don't say it. So pardon me for saying I like saying shit because that's the only word I can use. So I'll can I say shit? Can I say shit? Do I mind if I say shit? I ain't saying it though. I ain't saying it. It doesn't sound right, so I ain't gonna say it. Plus, it don't feel right either. Why you say that? Sasha, you say it for me? God, honestly, what was I saying? I forget what I was saying. Where was I? You said it 5 times. I said it 5 times. Don't say shit. Listen, sit your ass on my stage. Sit your ass down. Where was I? I totally forgot where I was. What if you are never taught? What you mean to love? What if you are never taught to love? That's a hard one. That's a hard one. What if we were never taught to love, especially when our parents didn't love us? I think many of us are struggling because we never seen it. You know, all the shit we make it out to be. I forgot what I was saying. I forget where I was going. If you were never taught love, the things that we were never taught from the age of 1 to 6 is the things that we won't easily experience from the age of 7 to 50. You know, a love of self-love. Thank you, Easy. Thank you. Thank you. The things that we were never taught from the age of 1 to 6. If we experience something continuously from the age of 1 to 6 or 7, we keep it. And if you never experience it, it's very hard to experience after the age of 10. So 10, 11, 12, if you never seen it then, it's going to be rough because it's a whole new program, because the way how we learn change. See, by the age of 1 to 6, the way how we learn, our subconscious mind, we wasn't connected to that self yet. So our subconscious mind was, we were learning, we were poured into, we begin to accept and receive very easily. We learn languages very easily. But after the age of 7, 10, Lord, it's different. So now, if you wasn't taught, then now understand that yes, you can still learn. Just like how we can still learn different languages at 40 years old, we can still learn, but it just takes more uh, intention. It takes more effort. It takes more focus. So if you were never taught how to love, try it. Learn to do it. Be around people who actually have it. And when you be around people who have it, that frequency will pass on to you. Understand, if there are two or more gathered in the name of whatever, anger, hate, politics, church, God, Jesus, anything, that energy will be in the midst. So your job now is to seek those people who are speaking it fluently, just like how we spoke English because everybody around us spoke English. So we picked it up. That's how we picked it up. That's how you learned English. It's not because you was born in English, it's because everybody around you spoke it, so you picked it up. So now, what you have to do now at this age, you have to gather yourself around people who speak that language. And the more you hear it, is the more you become open towards it, is the more you begin to understand, is the more you begin to see, is the more the frequency begin to change you and affect you. That's how you pick it up. So if you was never taught how to love, now is your job. If you want it, find people who looks like they carry love, who speaks about it, who speak it, who show it. And then keep yourself around that person. You might be surprised. Iron harder sharpens iron. Facts. Unless we choose not to. Facts, Kathy. See, the self-love that we practice is not the self-love that we think. See, the shit that we do for self-love is not really self-love. We think self-love, back to self-love. Self-love, we think is some selfish, raggedy ass love, don't we? We begin to think self-love is a raggedy ass version of love. We think self-love is what you have when you're single. Amen. Let me say that again. We think self-love is what we have when we're single. Ain't that? Because only when we are single these days, we say self-love is the best love, right? Only I hear so many people who was in relationships who never mentioned self-love. Now they are single by themselves. Now they talk about self-love is the best love. Self-love is the best love because nothing means nothing if you don't have self-love. What is self-love? What do we assume? What do we think self-love is? We see, the thing is, somebody is spreading rumors about self-love. Somebody is telling you that you gotta be selfish, you gotta cut people off, you gotta be rude. You know what I mean? You gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta have this, and your attitude gotta be this, and I don't want nobody to talk to me because if somebody said, I've healed so much, I've healed so much that I don't like nobody. That's not healing, that's ridiculousness. So we think self-love, you know what self-love is? It's the same love that you give to everybody else. It's no difference. You know what self-love is? Self-love is the same love. All it means now, all self-love means is love. It's love. It is the same love that you give to your partner, that you give to your kids, that you give to God, is the same love. You just put a self in front of it and think that it's different. You put a self in front of it, and now you think it's different. It's the same. If your self-love is insecure, is fearful, is angry, is bitter, your love that you give to people will be selfish, bitter, angry, and ridiculous. It's gonna be the same crap because it's the same crap you give. All self-love is this. When you are experiencing love, if you carry love, Self-love only means that you are the first one to experience the love that you carry. That's all self-love really means. That's all it means. It means that you are the first person who experiences the love. It's like cooking. You are the first person who tastes your food. Facts, you know. You are the same person. You are the first person to taste your food. Hey, hey, Battle, how you doing, girl? You are the first person to taste your cooking. So all self love really is you are the first person who's experiencing that shit that you call self love. That nasty, bitter, grimy, orange peel tasting nonsense. Because that many times it's not good. Because many times you only get it the day after you break up. Because you didn't get it before then. You didn't have it before then. Because you didn't have boundaries, you didn't have self-respect, you didn't have joy, you didn't have happiness. So where you got that shit from? That stuff is not that stuff is filthy. That self-love that we carry is filthy. It ain't love. So we self-love is the best love. That shit ain't love. I don't know what that is. But don't give it to nobody. You keep that stuff. Don't give that crap to nobody because you're gonna mess up everybody who tastes it. Listen, first, before self-love should be given, self-love should be experienced, it should be tasted. What's up, Mima? How are you doing, brother? Long time to see. It's good to see you again, man. Telling you, before self-love is given, it should be experienced. Because you can't give out your food without. Would you give out your food that you cook without tasting it? Yeah, Sasha, and that's what it should be. Let them let them jokers go. Hey, Cicely, Cicely, how you come in my life telling somebody hi? You ain't telling me hi. How you ain't telling me hi? Exactly, Gold. Hey, thanks, brother. Thanks, man. It's good to see you. That's what we do. When you cooking your soup, you gotta taste it first. See how well you love yourself and want to experience your love. Facts. Hey, Cicely. Seriously, when you cooking, you gotta taste. Listen, I be cooking up. Listen, I cook. I cook. I cook all the time. I don't live all the time. Hey, Jay, I cook. I cook. I'm a chef. I'm Chef Kirk. I call it chef conscious. I don't know. I cook. I cook. I cook. But but when I cook, it doesn't always taste the best. But hey, that's what I got. So my kids eat it, and I know when they're eating it, I'm like, you know, listen. When they're eating it, it's like, hey, listen, this is all I got right now. Listen, I kind of messed up. You know what I mean? Listen, eat it, eat it. Noodles don't come. I cook. Thank you, forever evolving. Thank you. Eat it. Purest form of love because there is no expectations. The thing about self-love also, not self-love. The thing about whatever you have, you are the one tasting it. And when you taste it, you know if it's good or not. When you taste self-love, right? Are you at peace? Are you pure? Are you happy? Are you kind? Are you judging? Are you holding records of wrong? It's the same thing. Listen, it's the same experience. Though I speak the tongues of a million men, many men, and I have no charity, love, it benefits me nothing. And though I sell all my goods to the poor and give everybody my money, and if I don't have love, it cherishes me nothing. Love is kind, love is pure. And all the long stuff. The love that's within you should match that. It's the same thing. It's not just the love that I give to her. First, does my self-love count? Am I at peace? Are my faculties in order? Can I breathe peacefully? Do I have anxiety when I think? Is my thoughts going against me? Is my mind racing in the past or the future? Do I have that experience of suffering? If I can sit still and I can't experience peace, that's self-love, ain't it? What's up, Tasmas? How we doing? Thank you, Lily. You have a beautiful night. If I can't sit still and experience the fullness of that love, that ain't it. That's why we have to practice. It's a 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 practice. And we 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 practice. It's a practice. And the most of the practice is done when we're alone. And then when we get it when we're alone, when we're with somebody else, we practice because they're gonna trigger us in ways that we never expected. See, being by yourself, you can master it. But what happens when we go with someone else? You start over, don't you? Being by yourself, you can master it. Hey, saying good evening. But when you join a group or join a partner, oh, sometimes you feel like you're starting over. Because many of us could be good by ourselves. Hey, Shug, how you doing? Many of us could be great by ourselves, but when it comes to joining a partner, Lord have mercy. We have fear. Fear of looking stupid. Fear of this. Listen, I think a lot of us are lying to ourselves, man. Yes, Cicely. The practice is the steps of the journey. I believe it is because that's the journey. That practice is the journey. That practice is the journey. That practice is the journey. That's how you because you have to practice with that peace. Practice with your emotions. Practice with your mind. Practice staying present. Practice feeling this. Practice is all man. That's all, and it takes. Listen, it's a process, man. You're cooking and listening, enough. Attest to. I'm telling you, man. It's a beautiful process, isn't it? Being by yourself, you really understand love better. You know what though? Being by yourself, I don't think you understand. Well, I don't know. Maybe. No. Being by yourself, no. No. I see what you're saying. And I agree to a certain point. Because when you see somebody and when you're with somebody, when that person brings out of you, see, a person will mirror you, will show you things about you that you can't see by yourself. If a person looking at you and you're looking at them, you can't see you, but they can see you. They can't see them, but you can see them. And you're gonna tell them exactly what the hell is going on with their face, what goes on with their energy, their body language. You can see them clearly, but they can't see themselves. So a lot of times, being with someone else will show you what love is because can you accept? See, a lot of us, if somebody is not like us, bring us the refresher it gives. Yeah, Victoria. See, a lot of times, man, if somebody is not just like us, we can't take them. Nope, nope. Yeah, I need you to be just like me. Make what I make. Do what I do. Worship who I worship. Smile how I smile. Dress how I dress. Work. Make money how. People want somebody to be just like them so that they can love them. But can you love that one who is nothing like you? Can you love the one who doesn't smile at you? Can you love the one who's not affectionate? Can you love the one who doesn't try? Can you love that one? That is the hard part. People are afraid of change. Facts. Yeah, you find more. But I'm telling you, many of us we can listen. Listen. Have you ever met somebody that you love them so easily without trying? Have you met them people before? Have you met that man or woman that is so easy to love? Oh my God, the chemistry is right. The chemistry is huh? Not just good, but the chemistry is like huh? And you gotta do that too. Do say the chemistry is just they're so easy the way to speak. You connected. But here's the question. Here's the next question after this one. What's the chance of them staying in your life? Think about it. Do they stay? How long do they stay? Do they stay? Do they stay? Have they stayed? I bet they don't stay. I bet they die. God forbid. They die, they moved on, something happened. You effed it up. Slim to none. I'm telling you. But why do you think that is? It's short-lived. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? They don't. They really hardly stay because you become the. It's too easy. Ain't no work there. You ain't got to work. You ain't got to try. It's too good to be true. I'm telling you, it's a very slick job. It's no work. You're not increasing. You are not getting stronger. You are not practicing. You know what? You know who the ones who never stay? I mean, who never leaves? The ones who don't leave. The ones who just, oh my God. The ones who you just can't, and oh, I just don't get you. Like, and it's not necessarily them doing bad or them cheating or lying. I'm talking about, oh my God, you just trigger me. You just, those ones stay forever, don't they? Because you have more to learn and more to give. You have to learn that it's not about the easy ones. It's not about the ones who are easy when you love, because that ain't love. That's just easy stuff. But can you love the ones who are just different? They're not that's what I'm telling you. And I listen, I ain't talking about the codependence either. I'm talking about the ones who you know they got your back. They mean well, but damn, God, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. But then ain't your love growing? Ain't your love becoming stronger? And over time, don't you begin to accept what is instead of trying to change them? Because after a while, you realize I can't change you. Shit. Let me accept it. Let me accept it. Let me. I can't listen. This being. Have you ever been with somebody? It's been like that for 10 years now. Did you go through right on Diana? Listen. I'm telling you. You listen. It's like your parents. Anybody have some stubborn ass parents? Anybody have some? Anybody? Anybody have? Listen. I ain't talking about the bad things, as in alcohol or addiction. I'm talking about just them. They got your back. They mean well. I ain't talking about the things that you. I'm talking about just the choices, just what they do, what they want to work, where they work at. This the things that we can. Have you ever dealt with parents who just stubborn? Don't you realize? Damn it, that's who you are. That's just who you are. This is their journey. You're just assigned to love. Facts. That's it. That's it. I just realized. God dang it! It is what it is. It is what it is. You're my mom. This is you. Maybe I should learn how to accept you because I didn't make you. I ain't God to deny you. I'm not God to say you are not worthy. Yes, you know what? You are it. You're my daddy. You're my mama. It is what it is. I'm all stuck in our ways. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on an assignment then. I'm telling you. They say the older they get, the most. Heck yeah. Because we're going to be the same way too. We're going to be the same way. Those people build your resilience and challenge your mind, help you see your subconscious self. I love it. I agree. I love it. But that's why we can't just say, well, the people who are easily to love and easy, them jokers don't last because it doesn't help us on our journey. I mean, it helps us because we realize that we attract that. Love, love, love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cosmo. But you have it too. You have the same shirt for who they are. I learned that with my father. Yeah, I love them for who they are. That's it. And that's all we can do. Acceptance is great, but there has to be boundaries. Facts. There is. There has to be. But the thing about love, man, is that it's a practice. Don't think that you're gonna get it instantly. Yes, it's who you are, but who you are, understand who you are also is a program. Who you are is an idea. Who you are is not real. Who you are is a program that you practice and replay every single day. And the program gets stuck. It stays on repeat. What you like, what you eat, what you drink, what you say, your language, your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings. The program that it just repeats itself every day. All you are is a program that you feel like is you. That's not you. That's your program. We are a program. So when you talk about love and all these things, sometimes you got to change the program. What if someone is hard to love and they don't reciprocate? Love doesn't need reciprocation. Love do not need reciprocation. Let me say that again. Love do not need reciprocation. person we are today will be different this time next year. Facts, Shamela. Facts. Love does not need reciprocation. Relationship do. Love doesn't. Just because, listen, if I choose to love you, is my choice. But I must understand, just like how I choose to love you, you can choose to love someone else, or you can choose not to love me. It's a choice. When we understand that it's a choice, it is what it is. Like it is really love is a choice. If I choose to love you, I must understand and accept that you choose to not love me too. It is what it is. But just because I love you doesn't mean that I have to be with you and drain myself. Because remember, if I love you and you don't love me, understand a lot of times that is draining. Because when I'm with you, you pull my love, but I don't get it back. So therefore, I will be drained. So it means this: it's not everybody that you love that you're gonna be with. It's not everybody that you love that you're gonna be around. It's not everybody that you love you have to expect that from. It's not everybody that you love is gonna love you back. It's not everybody that you love is gonna be anything to you. Sometimes understand that your love is your business. Thank you, Sandy Sands. Thank you. Seriously. Who you love is your business. You can't expect them to do anything about it. It's like those guys at the gas station. Have you ever been facts, Elizabeth? Have you ever been at the gas station? And like every time you go to the gas station, somebody confess or profess their love to you at the gas station, one of the gas station boys. Have you all seen that before? Have you all experienced that? What's up, Tickle Lane? How we doing, man? Have you ever went to the gas station and somebody professed their love to you? Yeah, I bet. Do you love them back? Do you feel love by them? Do you experience it? Probably not. You probably don't even care. Their love is their business. Yeah, their love is their business. It is not your concern, it's their business. You know, if they have the ability to love, that's a good thing for them. That's a blessing that they still love. But just because you love me doesn't mean that I have to love you back in that same way. Because I really don't. And that's okay too. For healthy relationship, there needs to be balance and reciprocity. Yeah, there needs to. But to be honest, a lot of times in these relationships, we don't like the like stage. We want to skip the like stage and go straight into love. We don't want to do the like stage. Do you know the like stage is good? The like stage is the foundation. I like you. Have you ever heard somebody say, I like you? The one in your what about the one you're in? I don't understand, Angel. What do you mean? Can you ask the question again in a way that I would understand? You ever heard somebody say, I like you? Hey Aisha, I like you. Man, that like is beautiful, isn't it? But everybody want to skip the damn like and go to the love. I want you to like me. If you like me, a lot of times you want to spend time with me. Sometimes if you love me, you want to spend time with me. If you like me, you would. If you like me, you will respect me. Seriously. If you like me, what's up, Kay? I've learned some people don't have the capacity to love, not because they don't want to, they don't know how. I agree. I agree. Facts. Facts. To call me back, but didn't call me back. Why? Why he won't return? Maybe he don't want to talk to you. I think some things that we ask are very obvious. You ask your people to call you back, they didn't call you back. It's because sometimes they don't want to talk to you. Sometimes they don't like you like how you like them. Sometimes they don't want to talk. Sometimes they don't want to hear anybody's voice. Sometimes they're busy. Sometimes it could be anything. But if it's a constant thing, it's probably because they don't like you. And that's okay too. That's okay. Facts, Sandy. It's two different things. I want to be liked. Um, uh, Gotta be careful how you exchange energies and with who. Facts. Passion. Yes, I am. I am. I am. I am. I is. How you doing? You appreciate what you like and can sometimes take for granted what you love. Yes, I love that. I love how you said that. Someone said, simply Sky Blue said, you appreciate what you like and can sometimes take for granted what you love. I love that. Because I want to be liked. I want people to like me. I want the woman that I'm with to like me. Like, Kirk, I like you. Because like when you like somebody, you want to play with them. You know what I'm saying? You want to, you want to play with them. You want to be around them. You want to. chill with them and you want to hang out and it's like, but now sometimes, man, we get into this love, and when you get into the love, you get scared. You see, once we get into the love, we get scared to death. It's like we climbing up a ladder to see the bigger, like when you want to see the beauty of an island or a place, but you have to climb a high mountain. And as you drive up the mountain or walk up the mountain, the view is beautiful, but the fear becomes real, don't it? The view is beautiful, but the fear becomes real. Oh, Lord, what if I fall? What if my feet don't work? What if my leg just trip? What if I tremble over? What if this ladder breaks? What if this mountain have a strong wind and blow me off? The view is so beautiful, but Lord, 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 that fear, that fear begins to. What if they break my heart? What if? What if? And what if? It's real, isn't it? Life is beautiful, but when we start to love, we are afraid to look stupid. We are afraid to be played. We are afraid to this. We are afraid, and the fear just screws it up. So now you can't even enjoy the damn thing. You can't even enjoy the damn relationship. You can't enjoy the damn love. You can't enjoy the damn. And if you enjoy it, whatever happens later, at least you enjoyed it. No matter. Listen, have you ever had a good piece of steak? What I'm about to say would be different. Okay. You ever had a good piece of steak, man? Facts, expectations. You ever had a good piece of steak? And as you eat this steak, man, it's seasoned so perfect, the juice is running down your lips. Right? Oh, man, that steak tastes delicious. And you enjoy the steak. You had a good side, you had a piece of corn, some mashed potatoes or some sweet potato or baked potato, and you crushing the steak. You enjoy this steak with all your heart. A matter of fact, you was making noise while you were chewing. You ever had something, you ever ate something that make noise? You ever ate something with your eyes closed? Oh no! See, you all don't be understanding what I be saying. Maybe I am too animated. You never had something so good that you smacking, you talking in tongues, and oh God, you, you, you want to be playing games with me? You ever took a sip? You ever took a sip of something and it was so damn good? You start to read the ingredients. God damn, what's what's what's, what's in this? Talking about a piece of steak that tastes so good that you begin to make noise as you eat this steak. You begin to laugh because black people. One thing about black people, when they're eating something, they're gonna dance. They're gonna dance with it too. Listen, you enjoy the damn thing so good, but when you got home, your stomach was messed up. When you got home, your stomach was tore up. Your stomach was just torn to pieces, and you stayed 3 days in the bathroom. 3 days. Do you regret eating the steak? Do you regret it? Do you regret? It's you regret eating the steak? I don't. It was. It was. See, if I focus on the taste, I have my good feeling. But if I focus on the toilet, yeah, of course I'll be miserable. Of course I'll be miserable. Same as love. Same as love. Some of you are to focus on the person leaving. So you take away the good part. It took away the beautiful part that you experienced. It took away how you felt. It took away your beautiful moments. It took away the scenery. It took away how amazing and free that you felt. It you have to use common sense. See, some of you was in some deep love, but since the person is gone, you think the love is over. The love ain't over. Love ain't over. Are you crazy? It's your choice. But now that the person is gone, that becomes your suffering. You forget all the good. You forget how you elevated. You forget how amazing you felt. You forget how powerful you became. You forget how free of mind you were. You forget how botherless you became. You forgot all the beautiful parts. You forgot the scenery. Now you're just miserable because you're in the bathroom or on the toilet. That's exactly what we do. That's exactly what we do. Exactly. Exactly. Like childbirth, right? I'm telling you. So with love, I've learned to look at love that way. It's not love that hurts. It's that damn image is your expectation. It's that ridiculous thing that we think. You can't remember yourself anymore. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So it's not love that we suffer. It's not love that we suffer. Hey, Stephanie Clark. So I want us to be aware. Don't be afraid of it. It's you. If you're afraid of it, you will never experience you yourself. Because that's what you are. That's what you are clothed in. That's what you experience. That's your mind. That's your feelings, your emotions, your body. It's all love. And when you understand this, you do it again. And you do it again. Yeah. And you do it again. And you do it again. And when you do it again, you don't even get hurt anymore. You don't get hurt. You don't care what happens. You just in that moment. You in the experience. You don't care how it ends. If it ends, if it never ends, you are in the moment. Listen, when you're eating that steak, you know the steak sometimes must end. You know the steak must be finished, but you still enjoy it. See, when you're eating that steak and the steak or the ice cream, let's say ice cream. Man, I went to get some ice cream once, man. It was the vanilla ice cream, and it had that little chocolate covering on top. You might call it a McDonald's ice cream, but I called it a sundae. Sprinkles with a little a little nuts. Man, listen, you eat the ice cream and you taste heaven. I got heaven right here on earth. And your mouth, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your body just start to praise because those Oreos, right? So, but you must be finished. But the experience of the ice cream stays with you. You must carry the experience with you. And when you carry the experience, and when you're eating the ice cream, you don't care how it's finished, you don't care when it's finished, but you enjoy the moment. You enjoy it while it's there. You don't think about it being over. You enjoy the meal. And when you learn to do that, the suffering will cease. Your suffering will stop. You have to learn. Are you hungry? Hello, I'm a little hungry. That's what love is. That's what we're afraid of. I want experience of it. All good things come to an end. Facts. But listen though, you know what comes to an end too? This live. This live must come to an end. Because it's 10 o'clock. And I'm tired and I've been talking for too much. You all can't be having me talk this long because you all know that's wrong. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you didn't, it's okay. And if you did, bless you. And it's okay too. So thank you all for sharing with me. Thank you all for being with me, spending your time with me, and me spend my time with you guys because it's a mutual exchange of energies and time. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here and thank you for experiencing this joyful, beautiful moment. To me, it was, anyways. I don't know about to you all, but to me, it was. Thank you, Khadija. So you all guys have fun. You have a blessed night. I do have a YouTube. I'm actually on YouTube right now too. My YouTube is Conscious Reality, Conscious Kirk, Conscious with a K, Conscious with a K, Kirk. My first name. Respect, respect. Thank you, Golden Melanin. Thank you so much. You glad I'm okay? Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate you. Love and peace, forever evolving. You all have a beautiful night. You've been following me from since 2020? Really? Nubia Goddess? Really? Let me make sure I follow you back because that's a long time. I just followed you back, Nubia Goddess. It's good having you guys, man. It's good having people who have something to say on these lives, not just people who are always miserable and angry and who are always looking at things one way and you can't see another way. And it's good to have people who are on their journey of awakening, on their journey of enlightenment, on their journey of evolving, on their journey of elevating. It's good to speak to people on a regular basis who have an eye or an ear for change, or who just have, the desire to evolve. I think it's a very thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. That's a very kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy. But yeah, it's really good to have people, who are seeking, or who are doing their thing, so that you can feel comfortable when you come to a place, and there's no judgment, there's no, anger, there's no fights, no arguments, no ego always involved. So I appreciate you guys. I don't think I would know this life without you. Thank you, Cicely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Seriously, thanks for coming. Thanks for always supporting me. Thank you for always being there. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a beautiful night. I hope you feel good, look good, and if you don't, go and find it, go and practice. You all be good, all right? I'll see you guys later. Peace.